Are you in a relationship with a narcissist and you think that they are in the maybe devalue phase? Well, then you're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to go over 6 devalue phrases that narcissists use when they are in that phase. So check it out. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I am an attorney. I'm also a narcissist negotiation expert, and I help people get out of relationships with narcissists. That's what I do. If you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you want to get out of a relationship with a narcissist, I can help you. I specialize in that. That is what I do. You definitely don't want to be in that. And so make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and also grab this free giveaway that I have, which is phrases to disarm narcissists. Just go to disarmthenarc.com and grab my free giveaway. They will help you. It is phrases for disarming narcissists so that you can stop giving them your power. I know that's not what you want to do anymore. You want to shift that power dynamic. You want to make that power switch. So grab those free phrases. It is my gift to you because I have been there. I have been where you are in a relationship with a narcissist. They have this playbook for whatever reason. All narcissists seem to go through this playbook. It starts with something called love bombing, which if you've been around the block enough to know, you know that love bombing has absolutely nothing to do with love. It is just this phase that they go through where at the beginning, they're kind of wooing you. They are conditioning you. They're getting you into their web, their lair. They're starting the process of the relationship and checking you out to see if you're going to be a good source of narcissistic supply, which is anything that feeds that emptiness inside of them. And, I want you to understand that I'm not saying that a narcissist is necessarily a bad person, but they do bad things. You can become a target for that. You can become a victim to that. Hurt people do hurt people. That old adage is correct. Adages are adages for a reason, right? Then they move into a phase. The next phase is called the devalue phase. And what that phase is when they move into that phase, which happens very quickly, by the way, that's when they've made the deposits. They want to take the withdrawals now. And that's when they want to start feeding their ego in a different way. And what that looks like is controlling you, devaluing you, debasing you, degrading you, controlling you, manipulating you. Love bombing is a form of manipulating as well, but this is a different form of manipulation. And so I want to give you in this video 6 different phrases that are actually soul sucking and really start hitting you at your core. And they can really kind of come out of left field because especially if you've been only in that love bombing phase, that goo goo gaga phase, where it's all rainbows and unicorns, and you're thinking that this is the love of your life, and you went from this is your soulmate to this person is soul sucking you, it really can really take the life out of you and knock the wind out of you and make you feel like it's the worst thing in the world that's happening. And it leaves you craving, like as if you are craving a drug. It leaves you desperate for what happened to the love bomber, what happened to this person who was my soulmate, what happened to the person who was saying that I was the most beautiful person they'd ever met, or the person who completed them, or the person who they couldn't live without. What happened to that person? What happened to the person who said, I was the most important person, the most amazing, incredible person on the planet? Where did that person go? And so you spend all your time searching, desperate for getting that person back. I know they're in there somewhere. Where are they? And it's this never ending struggle because, in some ways you never get that person back. You never get back to that standard, that gold standard that you had at the very beginning of the relationship, but you're desperate to find it. I mean, there are moments that you get there because, that what happens is when you go from love bombing to devaluing, they do go back to love bombing from time to time because it's never all bad. It's never love bombing, devaluing, and then discarding. It's not linear. It's not all in a row. Because if it were all bad all the time, you would never stay. They're smart enough to use love bombing in a very strategic way. They know when to bring it back, when to pull it back off the shelf and use it to their advantage. And, if you think, oh, I'm out of here, I'm not taking this anymore, I'm gone. Well, then they'll be back. They show that side of them again. And you go, well, maybe I should, but I just want you to recognize these soul-sucking phrases that narcissists use to devalue you so that when they come out, when you start to see them, you can start to go, I see that. Because when you start to get that lens, when you start to have that distance between it, and you can start to look at it almost as an observer, it really can start to help you. And you can start to go, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? Maybe this isn't me. Maybe I'm not so terrible. Maybe I'm not the one who has all the problems like they're trying to say. Maybe I know they're trying to blame everything on me, but maybe it's not all me. Maybe there is something going on here that's beyond that. And it can help you. It can help you to heal. It can help you to gain perspective. It can help you to start to plan. And it can help you to actually start to create some boundaries and start to get your strategies in place and start to negotiate from a much stronger point of view, which is what I help you do. I help you negotiate. I help you get your ducks in a row so that you can become stronger, so that you can become the most powerful version of yourself. Because the most important thing to me, frankly, is that you become the most powerful version of yourself. And that you find who you are and that you ultimately believe in yourself as the most incredible being that you are, the most divine connected soul that you are, and realize that and become all that you're meant to be, because that's what we're all here to do. And then support each other in that endeavor. Okay. So the number one soul-sucking phrase that a narcissist uses to devalue you is you're overreacting. You're overreacting. And this is where it starts to come out because you start to realize, hey, things aren't happening the way I thought they were. What's going on here? I just saw something that I shouldn't have seen, or I saw text that wasn't kosher, or I saw an email that didn't look right, or I saw something that was out of whack or something that's out of sync. What's up with that? In reaction to you calling them out on that, on a lie that they told, or a partial lie, or a withholding of information, or something. It's usually in reaction to you finding something out about them. They'll say you're overreacting because they don't want you to think you're the one who's crazy, even though what's really has happened is you have figured it out. So number two is similar to that. You're delusional. Similar as you're crazy, you're a narcissist, you're insane. All similar reactions to projection, deflection, lies, denies, all of that is because they're pushing it back on you when whatever it is that they've done wrong is over there and they don't want to be caught. So they push it off on you or someone else. But these are phrases that they use to devalue you. And they end up being soul sucking because, eventually you're crazy, you're delusional, there's something wrong with you. It ends up eating away at you eventually. If you hear it long enough and you have to live with it long enough. Number 3 is, I don't know what I ever saw in you. I mean, when you get to that, it starts to be really, really soul sucking. Really, really soul sucking. Number 4 is, you're too sensitive. You're too needy. This is where you start to see them pulling away, especially when it started off where they were emailing you or texting you 50,000 times a day and you were matching them and trying to even keep up. And then all of a sudden they're ghosting you or emailing less or not at all. And now all of a sudden you're too clingy or too needy just because you want them to respond at all. And you're thinking, you're just so surprised and shocked by that. And you're thinking, what the heck is going on here? I thought this is what we were doing. This is what we've been doing for the last several months. What are you talking about? And then they're acting like you're the one who's crazy. And then you might get you're overreacting, you're delusional out of that too. And it's all insane. And then you're like, I'm crazy, I'm delusional. Why are you calling me names? Oh, now you're too sensitive. The whole thing's all a huge, big ball of craziness at that point. So that's number 4. Number 5, becomes, I don't know if I want to be with you anymore, devaluing you even more. Now we're getting into potentially even discard phase. We go into that next. I mean, now you just start to think, I'm not the crazy one. You just have to keep reminding yourself of that. It's not you. You are okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm a good person. And I want you to put that in the comments right now. I'm a good person. Sometimes it's so hard for you to say that about yourself. How many times have you ever said that about yourself? Sometimes it seems so foreign to even think that about yourself. You might think, oh, that's a narcissistic thing to say. It's not a narcissistic thing to say you're a good person. You need to start to believe in your heart that you are a good person. Otherwise, narcissists can come along and start saying bad things about you and you believe it. Number 6, they're going to start to say things like this. You're not attractive. You're not smart. You're not funny. They literally will start saying things like that. Or even worse, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ugly, you're fat. Some of the things that I've heard narcissists say to people, I can't even put in this video, but you get the idea. Those are really soul-sucking phrases that narcissists use to devalue you. And I saved those for last because they're the worst ones. And they're really soul-sucking, shaming you. And, they'll say things that are absolutely horrible. There's even worse ones, where they'll say things about, you're just like your mother, you're just like your father, you're just like the worst person that you know, you're just like the person that you hate, your family member that you hate, because they know how to get you. They know how to get to you. They know what your Achilles heel is, and you just can't listen to them. I have a video on use these phrases and tactics to hurt a narcissist forever. So that's the next video that I want you to watch. But I want you to make sure that you have subscribed to this channel and hit that notification bell first. And I want you to make sure that you have joined my private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung, because that's going to be super important. You need to have support. You need to have a community. You cannot be isolated. So make sure that you have joined my community. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. And then let's go watch that next video together. Use these phrases and tactics to hurt a narcissist forever. I'm Rebecca Zung. And remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. And you can definitely do this. and I will help you. You got this.